In this episode, I'll show you step-by-step how to update the firmware on your Sony cameras.
Adorama TV presents The Breakdown with Miguel Quiles.
Welcome back to The Breakdown. I'm Miguel Quiles. On occasion, Sony releases firmware updates for their digital cameras that enhance their functionality and reliability. Let me walk you through the process using my Sony A7RII. Before we begin, let's check our camera to see what firmware we're currently running on our camera. Turn on your camera and click the menu button. On the A7RII, you'll want to go to the last menu option, which looks like a toolbox. Click on the down arrow and press over to the right until you get to page 6. Now scroll down and select Version. You should see a screen showing your body or camera model number, which I recommend you jot down. You'll also see the version number of your firmware, which in my case is version 3.20. Now that we have this information, let's go over to our computer and download our new firmware. First, you'll want to open your browser and visit esupport.sony.com. Once you're there, click on the drivers and software link. Now you'll scroll down to select your product. I'm doing this demonstration with the A7RII, so I'll scroll down to Cameras, Alpha Interchangeable-Lens. The series is ILCE, and the model is ILCE-7RM2, which, as you can remember, we jotted down earlier. If you're updating a different camera like an A6300, A7 II, etc., you'll select the correct camera from this list. Now on this new page, we'll confirm that it's the A7RII showing up top, which it is. Then we scroll down and select our operating system. I'm using a Mac, so I'll select Mac OS X. Now you'll see all of the downloads available for this camera. Since we're updating the firmware, I'll select Firmware. And now we could see all of the details for this new firmware. You'll notice the release date, which was August 18th, 2016 for the latest firmware. And the version number is 3.30, which is newer than the current version that we have right now, which is 3.20. In the file description below, you can take a look and you can see exactly what this new firmware is doing for you. So in this case, it adds support for radio-controlled lighting system, which is the new triggers for Sony. It improves stability in picture shooting mode. It adds support to output video via HDMI when you're using the remote camera control software. And it improves overall stability and operability of the camera. That all sounds great. It sounds like something that I want, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the download button. Now once you click the download button, you're going to see a new page here, once again with the 7RM2 model at the top. We have the file download link on the right. This says download now, so we're going to go ahead and click that. Now once you've done that, it's going to take you to a software agreement page. You're going to want to make sure that you read through all of this and scroll down to the very bottom, and if everything looks great, you'll go ahead and click accept agreement. And once you've done that, that's going to begin the process of downloading the file. So in this case, it's a 254 megabyte file, so it's going to take maybe a minute or two to go ahead and download, so you can go ahead and wait for that. And once it's done, we'll go ahead and move to the next step. Okay, so once it's finished downloading, it's going to ask us if we want to discard or keep this particular file. So we're going to go ahead and click keep. And this is of course on a Mac. On a PC, it's going to look a little different, but same concept. And now with this new firmware downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and double click on this newly downloaded file. It's going to go ahead and open up and verify the contents. And now a new window is going to pop up and it's going to say System Software Updater. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double click on that. Then it says System Software Updater is an application downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? I'm going to go ahead and click Open. And now this will open up the System Software Updater program. From here on out, it actually gives you the instructions on what to do. So we're going to go ahead and just follow along with these instructions. So it says, first things first, complete the following procedures to connect the update target camera to the computer with a USB cable. Number 1, we're going to turn on the camera. we're going to select USB connection from the setup in the camera's menu screen and verify that the connection method is set to mass storage. Then we connect the camera to the computer with the USB cable, and then it says click the next button when the connection has been made, which in this case we could see it has been made. And at this point it's going to verify the connection of the camera and the computer for this update, so it'll take a few moments. Okay, so once the computer recognizes the camera, it's going to ask you to verify the version of the software that you're looking to update and compare it to the one that you already have. So down in the bottom corner here, you'll notice that it says the current version is 3.20 and the version after the update is 3.30, which is correct. So we're going to go ahead and click next. And once you do that, it's automatically going to go through the process of updating the firmware on your camera. So it says the camera will reset automatically. Please wait. Very, very important that you do not unplug your camera or turn off your camera or don't do anything to your camera at this point. Just let it go through the process of updating the firmware. It takes a few moments here, so we'll just wait as it goes through this process. While we're waiting for this to update, I also think it's really important to note that it's very important for you to make sure that you check to see if your camera's firmware is up to date, especially if you begin to buy some of the newer lenses and newer accessories that are available for these Sony cameras. Oftentimes, the lens profiles are something that has to be updated via firmware. So you want to make sure that every few months that you check this eSupport website to make sure that you're running the newest and the latest firmware for your cameras, just so that you can ensure that your newest lenses and accessories and everything is working properly on your new camera bodies. Okay, and so about 8 minutes has elapsed. I've sped it up here a little bit so that you didn't have to wait through the whole process, but now it says that the update process has been completed, and you simply will click the finish button and you are all set. At this particular point, you want to go into the camera menu, as I showed you at the beginning of this video, and double check to make sure that the version of your software is the correct version, which in this case for this install was version 3.3. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please make sure you leave a like and a comment on this video. Also, make sure to check out the Adorama Learning Center for more great videos and articles on all sorts of different topics of photography. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of The Breakdown. Bye, everybody.